I've never actually owned a car. My primary mode of transportation is two wheels. Whether I'm traveling in Thailand or commuting in San Francisco, I've found a place to rent a bike or bring a bike. What really got me into more professional cycling is triathlon. I'd been on the road for years and years, and it's kind of pretty much all I ever knew, but every time I got out into the woods and into the dirt, it was a lot more exhilarating than being on the road. One of the challenges I have with mountain biking is actually my own fear. I've been a city girl my whole life, and the road's always going to be there, but it definitely interests me to get outside and into the woods, just biking in nature. We're finally here at Annandale State Park. It was a long morning, woke up at 5 a.m., but now we're here and it's beautiful.
So the first thing we're going to learn is we're going to learn stable position. What I first have people do is if you're familiar with your dominant foot, we're going to have you have your dominant foot forward. And the easiest way to find that is if you were to stand with your feet flat and somebody's to either push you from behind, or you can close your eyes and take a step forward, kind of tip forward, whichever foot you feel that you're going to step out forward with. That's your dominant foot.
I think it's the left foot.
Okay, cool.
This morning was my first clinic with Brian. I learned a lot of the basics, which made me feel really advanced actually. I learned how to stand on the bike and how to kind of move up and down, stand up and down on it with balance.
How does it feel?
A little awkward, but
yeah.
Good, yeah. I think so. Kind of like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And you don't want to feel like you're falling forward or falling back. Just kind of put your fingers on the top of the bar, and that kind of gives you an idea as to like, okay, yes, you're balanced.
I learned how to jump or lift up my front wheel. I learned how to do the same thing with my back wheel, and then I just started learning how to move my bike and my body in ways that were not natural to me as a road rider. It is really stinking hot. Today, Brian refreshed on just bike handling and balance, and then we started learning the cornering and how to keep my body up and but flexible, and just how to make the bike move under me rather than me struggling over the bike. I just went down this path. It was a pretty rocky path, and I'd gone through it a couple times. I knew that there was this one tricky part where there was a rock right on the left where I had to go over it and then turn right pretty quickly, otherwise I'd hit a few more rocks. So I dodged it a few times, except this last time I hit those other second rocks and the bike kind of just went on the side and I fell over, so it happens.
So what just happened?
Fell. Just a little bit. Tricky rock part.
Great job today. That was awesome. You picked that stuff up really quickly.
I feel like I've excelled so much just in the past few months as compared to the past several years where I'd try mountain biking once or twice every year. Mountain biking is really fun. Now that I've actually been able to learn more about the trail and how to handle an actual mountain bike, it's helped me feel a lot more confident to approach new kinds of terrain, how to go down a little bit steeper patches, and just keeping my heels down was huge for me to just be able to feel more stability in how I ride. If you're thinking about getting into mountain biking, just try it. It's awesome.